So welcome to the Mushroom Project. So we started this a couple of years ago, planting mushrooms. This is one example of one of the logs that we have here. This one's shiitake, and this one I did when I did a outdoor mushroom course in Lunenburg County. So this is one example of how you lay out the logs. So you want to give them a lot of space, and then these ones here are in a shaded area, and we have shiitake and oyster mushrooms and lion's mane in this area. So hopefully these ones will bear some mushrooms in the next year or so. And again, these are all hardwood logs that we have here and here, some oak here for growing. You can grow in various different types of hardwood. Another mushroom project that we have is in this little hosta bed right here. I have some wine cap mushrooms. I haven't seen them pop up as of yet, but hopefully in the next few weeks we'll get some wine cap mushrooms in this area. So you can see all the sawdust here, and that's inoculated with wine cap mycelium. This area here will be the home of our root cellar. I've secured this area from the property. Essentially, we'll have to dig quite a large hole and either build or drop in the root cellar to this area. The reason I chose this area, it's a fairly quiet area. We have easy access, and then we also have a fence here that we can use to cordon off the area. And then these logs over here are another way of doing mushrooms. And I learned this at Inn at Bay Fortune. So these ones are shiitake as well. And hopefully they'll bear some fruit in the next couple of years. So this is kind of my area where I do mushrooms, and we'll have the root cellar in this area as well. So this is our garden area here at Kingstech. A few years ago, we had this all planted. So we have lavender, we have chives, we have various types of herbs everywhere. And then we'll utilize all of this with the students and do some preservation techniques with it. We make salt as well. There goes the tractor. And this spans all the way down to the end. So there's quite a bit of product here that we harvest from, and then we take it, and at the end of the season we produce lots of different varieties of vinegars, salts, as I said before, and really try to get the students out here as well. And thanks to horticulture for kind of helping us out. We gave them a list a few years ago on what we wanted planted, and they luckily take care of it, and we harvest from it. And it's a great identifying project for the students. And if we pan over this way, over here is my favorite thing, and I don't know any other colleges that have this, but there's sea buckthorn trees just over here. There's 4 of them, and they produce a tremendous amount of sea buckthorn, which we make vinegar from, and we also use it in our program quite a bit. So for me to have those trees here and to be able to harvest from them is really something special. So this is some of the end product of our Teach the Harvest. So this represents some of the charcuterie that we produced from 2 of the pigs that we used this year in the program. We did everything from make ramen broth from the bones to everything is utilized. So sustainability is a key focus on Teach the Harvest. If we move down this way, this is some of our products, our different vinegars that we produce. So we have blueberry, strawberry, apple, of course, all made from local products. These ones represent natural process for making vinegar. And then this one over here is our mother, And this mother I was fortunate enough to get from a friend of mine. It's 60 years old. It's from Italy. And when they immigrated to Canada, they brought the mother and the mother over. And so I have this, and I'll show you a project that we're working on now with this as well in a moment. This is little spruce tips that are vinegared, done in maple syrup. We have magnolia flowers as well in different forms. Some of these work pretty good. I was hoping for some more perfume flavor in a few of them. Wasn't quite there. But this all is from our property outside around Kingstech. Mushrooms. So a big part of my project is mushrooms. This represents what has been foraged in the area. So we powdered, dried some of it. This is hen of the woods and chicken of the woods. Some of these are from really close, like across the street from the school. And then this is the dried mushrooms that we saved from some of the logs. And hopefully in the future, we'll produce enough to produce a lot more of this. And again, the students use this in their menus this year. So what we produced, we also served it to our customers. And this is from our local farmers, some of the harvests that they had. I think that our kimchi game is really strong now. So we actually sell this in the cafe. And then we have different types of pickled vegetables as well. And we also have sauerkraut. So this is really good. Some great vegetables, and hopefully we can in the future do a lot more of this production. And then we're out front at the herb garden. At the end of the year, probably in October, is when we start taking all of those and producing different types of salts with them. So we dehydrate, let's say parsley, for example, and we mix them with different salts, and then we use these on our menu. So the last thing I'm going to show you is one of our largest projects. So over here, this is Money Penny. And Money Penny, we use the mother that we got from Italy. We use the red wine from our winery. And there, across the street we have a vineyard. Legend goes, the barrel number is 007. I can't make that up. And they say that the day Sean Connery died, it weeped. And over here, so we decided to call it Money Penny. So in probably a year, we will have sherry vinegar, a lot of sherry vinegar coming from this barrel, and we'll reuse this probably a couple of times to make vinegar. So those are some of the products that I've been working on. I'm really happy with the outcomes, especially the vinegars. The mushrooms are amazing. A lot of trial and error went into making the ferments and the pickles, but I think we have some really great recipes that we've developed here at Kingstech. And the students love working on this stuff with me. I'll get my filmer to turn around and pan around, and my cookbook collection also includes lots of books that we've been studying and using. So this is probably the one that comes to mind, is Noma's Guide to Fermentation, a great book. So I've read this, and then Homebrewed Vinegar is another one. So there's about 6 or 7 books that I've read that help me with getting these projects ready to do with the students. So hopefully someday you can come into the kitchen where we have our tasting menu and enjoy some of these products.